Hello and welcome back to Super High Roller Bowl 5. This is Run It Back with Remko. We're talking about some exciting hands during play on day 2. And I have first timer in this event, Alex Foxen, with me. He's the current chip leader. A lot has happened already today, but let's dive into the hand you played against Sean Winter.
Boom.
Oh!
There it is.
Yeah.
Pretty rough for Winter.
Obviously a huge spot, a huge river card, but it all starts before the flop where it gets kind of exciting pretty quickly. Please walk us through the hand.
So I opened the button and Sean 3-bet out of the small blind, and I have 7-8 suited, which pretty simple call here on the flop, pre-flop I mean. And I get a pretty interesting flop. Well, when it turns out what he actually had is a really interesting flop of 9-6-3 with one heart rainbow. He bets rather large on the flop, but he bet almost exactly half pot, I believe. And at this point, I think that he has a pretty strong range at this point. So I mean, I don't think there's any decision for me on the flop.
Never a chance you're raising there, of course.
I mean, there is a chance, just probably not in this specific spot versus sizing. So I call, and then the turn's Queen of Hearts, giving me a lot of outs versus just about anything. And he bets 145 into 220, and at this point I think that it's a pretty close decision between just calling and realizing all the equity that my hand has.
It was fun because on the commentary, Nick Schulman said, when Ali Najad asked him, what should Alex do here? And he said, a bit of raising, a bit of calling.
What do you do if you're Foxen with this holding, Nick?
I think a little bit of calling and a little bit of raising. Both are good.
Is that sort of how you looked at it too?
Yeah, to some extent. I understand that that's like the theoretical baseline, but I'm more like looking at the specific spot and not necessarily trying to like flip a coin in my head and adhere to that. I'm more thinking that like I'm going to try to go one way or the other depending on circumstances and there may not be any, and in that situation it's a lot more of a, just a randomization. But so in this spot I thought that I know Sean's someone who makes some pretty like incredible folds, and I definitely don't think that he's someone who who would have called here with worse than a set. So I'm pretty much trying to get aces and kings to fold, and he had a set, but even we have a backup plan against the sets. So
exactly.
That's how it worked out.
It worked out for Alex Foxen. As you guys could see, the river was a beautiful card that gave him the winning hand, and that propelled him up to the top of the leaderboard. Stay tuned for much more right here coming from the PokerGO studio for Super High Roller Bowl 5.